The 1992 Dream Team. Unmatched, undefeated, unforgettable. Fast forward to 2024. A new era of basketball talent is ready to take center stage. But can this team, brimming with NBA superstars, truly challenge the legacy of those legendary 12? We're putting them to test, scrutinizing every stat, highlight, and heart-stopping moment. Are we witnessing the next Dream Team or just another talented squad? You will decide, so let's get into it. The 1992 Dream Team needs no introduction. It's etched in basketball history as the most dominant team ever assembled. Imagine a roster headlined by icons like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Charles Barkley, all in their primes. They waltzed through the 1992 Barcelona Olympics, securing the gold medal with ridiculous ease. Their performance wasn't just a victory lap. It was a global phenomenon. The Dream Team ushered in a new era for Olympic basketball. Before 1992, NBA players were banned from competing for Team USA. It wasn't until after 1986 that the NBA became the only professional league whose players couldn't participate in FIBA, International Basketball Federation tournaments. This dominance wasn't just about winning. It was about sheer annihilation. Team USA averaged a great 43.8-point victory margin per game. Imagine their opening game against Angola. A 46-1 run by the U.S. had opponents speechless. Starstruck competitors even lined up for selfies with legends like Johnson and Jordan. Fast forward to 2024, and Team USA remains a force to be reckoned with. This year's Olympic team boasts a dazzling roster filled with today's NBA superstars. Household names like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Anthony Edwards are just a taste of the firepower they bring. Recently, Serbia's national team coach, Svetislav Pesic, made a bold statement claiming the current U.S. team surpasses even the legendary Dream Team. I witnessed them firsthand with Germany. Back in '92, we recalled. It was unbelievable to see such players on the court together. But that was 1992. Now, it's 2024, and this team is arguably stronger. It's the perfect opportunity to gauge how the rest of the world stacks up against them. Could Pesic be onto something? First, let's put these two rosters head-to-head. The question of who would reign supreme in a hypothetical showdown between these two basketball behemoths is a topic that keeps fans and analysts buzzing. Let's get into the details, examining the paths that led to their respective positions. The 1992 Dream Team didn't materialize out of thin air. Their dominance was preceded by a humbling experience. The 1988 Olympics saw the United States, limited to college players, suffer a shocking defeat at the hands of the Soviet Union.
That was ruled an intentional foul, so the Soviets get the ball back. And here's the frosting for the USSR. They win it 82-76. The Soviets will go to the gold medal game against either Australia or Yugoslavia. The United States goes home stunned with a semifinal loss.
This bitter pill propelled a movement to allow professional players to compete on the international stage. NBA stars like Karl Malone were eager to don the red, white, and blue. The tide turned in 1989 when FIBA finally voted to allow pro players to participate. What followed was a groundswell of support, with over half of NBA players expressing their desire to represent their country. The 1992 Dream Team didn't just burst onto the scene of superstars. Their story is one of redemption and rising from the ashes. Before they were kings of their court, they were the underdogs who tasted defeat. That burning loss fueled their desire to dominate. Let's see how this stacks up against the path the 2024 team is taking. The 2023 FIBA World Cup was a harsh reality check for the American basketball powerhouse. A shocking semifinal loss to Germany shattered their hopes for gold and exposed vulnerabilities that had been masked for years.
USA, one of the proudest countries in international basketball, but tonight it belongs to Germany. Deutschland! They march into the final.
This defeat marked the second consecutive World Cup without a championship, with a disappointing seventh-place finish in 2019 adding insult to injury. While the sting of these setbacks were palpable, a hope came in the form of the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, led by Kevin Durant. Team USA managed to salvage their pride with a gold medal victory.
Americans win the gold again.
This triumph served as a temporary balm for the nation's basketball fans, but it did little to quell the growing concerns about the team's declining dominance. In the aftermath of the 2023 World Cup, a new narrative began to take shape. The rise of a redeemed team 2.0, dubbed the Avengers by eager fans and media. This reimagined squad was expected to be an invincible force, capable of erasing the memory of recent failures. With expectations at an all-time high, the pressure on this team to deliver nothing short of perfection is immense. Now, let's see the star power and legacy. The 1992 Dream Team was a constellation of basketball brilliance. 11 Hall of Famers, each a Titan in their own right, graced that roster. It was a squad where even the bench was stacked with all-stars. Michael Jordan, in the zenith of his powers, was surrounded by legends like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, forming a triumvirate that redefined the game. While Christian Laettner was a lone college player, his NCAA championship pedigree wasn't a fluke. He was a standout talent in his own right. Interestingly, David Robinson was the only holdover from the previous Olympic team. Despite being drafted in 1987, his naval service delayed his NBA debut in 1989. It's worth noting that Ewing, Mullen, and Jordan had shared the Olympic court in 1984, forging early chemistry before their NBA stardom. Fast forward to 2024, and we find another galaxy of stars. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry are modern-day icons. Their names known for basketball greatness. They're surrounded by a support cast of elite talent, including Devin Booker, whose scoring prowess is just undeniable. Even at his advanced age, LeBron continues to defy expectations, while Kevin Durant remains a lethal scorer. Anthony Davis, as showcased in recent matchups, is a defensive force to be reckoned with, but star power alone doesn't win championships. Let's see how these two teams stack up in terms of playing style and team chemistry. Basketball is ultimately a team sport. The 1992 Dream Team, despite their individual brilliance, shared an uncanny chemistry. Many of these players have been rivals in the NBA, but they seamlessly transitioned into teammates, showing a level of camaraderie rarely seen. Their shared experiences and mutual respect forged an unbreakable bond. The 2024 team also boasts a roster filled with players accustomed to high-pressure situations. However, the NBA's emphasis on individual statistics and player empowerment can sometimes overshadow the collective spirit. While they undoubtedly possess talent, replicating the same level of cohesion as the Dream Team remains a challenge. When we get into the raw numbers, the 1992 Dream Team's dominance is undeniable. Their combined career points, championships, All-NBA selections, and MVP awards paint a picture of unparalleled success. It's a testament to their longevity and consistency at the highest level. The 2024 team, while impressive in their own right, falls slightly short in these statistical categories. However, it's essential to consider the evolving landscape of the NBA. The modern game is characterized by shorter careers and a higher emphasis on individual accolades. While the numbers might not stack up, the current team's impact on the game is undeniable. The 1992 Dream Team epitomized the physical, power-driven basketball of that era. Their game was built around post play, dominant big men, and a deliberate pace. It was a style that often relied on brute force and individual brilliance. In contrast, the 2024 team embodies the modern, free-flowing style of basketball. Three-point shooting, pace and space, and positionless basketball are the cornerstones of their offense. Their ability to stretch the floor and create mismatches poses a unique challenge for opponents. While both teams possesses their own strengths and weaknesses, the evolution of the game has undoubtedly tilted the playing field in favor of the modern style. However, the heart of competition will always prevail, and only the court can truly determine who will come out on top in a hypothetical matchup. Next, let's see coaching and strategy used. The 1992 Dream Team was helmed by the legendary Chuck Daly, a master tactician widely famous in his ability to manage egos and outsmart opponents. His 2 NBA championships with the Detroit Pistons were a huge proof to his coaching prowess. So dominant was the Dream Team that Daly famously didn't need to call a single timeout during the entire Barcelona Olympics. Their superiority was so overwhelming that the games were often over before they even began. In contrast, the 2024 Team USA is guided by a new generation of coaches. A figure like Steve Kerr, a multiple NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors, brings a modern, analytics-driven approach to the game. While the talent pool is undeniable, the challenge lies in harnessing that potential and implementing effective strategies. The 1992 Dream Team operated in a different era. The NBA was still establishing its global dominance, and international competition lagged behind. Opponents were often overawed by their sheer talent on display, leading to lopsided victories for the Americans. Charles Barkley's infamous quip about Angola perfectly encapsulated the sentiment. However, the basketball landscape has undergone a seismic shift. The globalization of the game has produced a new breed of international talent. The NBA itself is a melting pot of cultures, with players from around the world showcasing their skills at the highest level. This increased competition has made it significantly more challenging for Team USA to dominate as effortlessly as the Dream Team did. The debate over whether the 1992 Dream Team or the 2024 U.S. men's basketball team is superior is a tantalizing one. It's a classic clash of eras, pitting legendary icons against modern-day superstars. Michael Jordan, the undisputed king of the Dream Team, famously dismissed Kobe Bryant's claim that the 2012 U.S. team could topple the legendary squad. Jordan's retort was simple: "We had 11 Hall of Famers." It's a statement that carries weight. Mike Krzyzewski, a key figure in both eras, offers a different perspective. While acknowledging the unique brilliance of the 1992 team, he emphasizes the evolution of the game. "We could win on talent alone back then," he said, "but those days are gone. The truth is, both teams are extraordinary in their own right. The Dream Team redefined basketball, while the 2024 squad represents the pinnacle of modern-day talent. But the game itself has changed dramatically. The physicality, the pace, the emphasis on shooting. It's a different world. One thing is certain: the opponents Team USA faces today are far more formidable. The days of opponents being starstruck and overmatched are long gone. The global stage has leveled the playing field, forcing the U.S. to compete at an unprecedented level. Ultimately, while the Dream Team's legacy is secure, the 2024 team carries the weight of expectation and the challenge of proving their worth against a more competitive landscape. The debate will rage on, but one thing is clear: both teams have left an indelible mark on the sport. So, while the 2024 team is undoubtedly stacked, the path to gold is far from guaranteed. The margin for error is slimmer, and the pressure to perform is immense. Can they live up to the legacy of the Dream Team? Only time will tell. Who do you think would win in a hypothetical matchup? Let us know in the comments.